Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a full face using all NYX products. I went out to Ulta and I grabbed a bunch of different things. You'll kind of see a little clip in here. Hey guys, so we're starting this video a little bit different. I just got done with my workout class, but I'm about to go into Ulta and we are going to pick out a full face of makeup from one brand, and it's gonna be a drugstore brand. I haven't quite decided which one I'm gonna do yet. I'm a little exhausted. I'm red because I burned almost 600 calories, so I'm kind of tired. We're gonna hop on in there, get it situated, and see what we can find. Okay, so far we've got NYX and L'Oreal, and I'm gonna stop there because this is gonna be expensive. Oh my goodness. So I got an entire face just with NYX products. This was not cheap, okay? But we did find a few things that are new that I'm gonna try with you guys, and things that I feel like I've tried before but I can't remember my thoughts on it. So we're gonna test it all out today and see how all these products work together. So yeah, I have everything from primer, eyeshadow base, a bunch of eyebrow products, oh my gosh, highlight, all that other kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe and also hit that like button. And you can let me know down below what brand you guys would like to see next. I was thinking Makeup Revolution, to be honest with you. If you are interested in seeing all of these NYX products in action, then let's go ahead and hop on into it. Now that I don't do the snaps, you know, I have nothing else to do, so let's do it. First and foremost, I need your help. I was looking at some of my old videos and like I had already texted my hairstylist like, hey, let's do some hair stuff. You know, I need new extensions, I need longer ones. My actual hair length, like not extensions, is so long, so I need longer extensions. I was looking at old videos of like when I first moved into my house and I had that super dark hair and I was like, ooh, I kind of love like the dark hair, like not the hair that was like incredibly dark, but just like a nice chocolate brown. If you guys remember back in the day, I had Lush Cherry forever. I'm not looking for like a red base, but Lush Cherry was like my jam. I bought that hair dye at Sally's. But now I'm thinking like, do I want to do like a super chocolate brown, like something maybe a shade lighter than my root, but all over? Or do I want to go back to blonde? And I'm talking the blonde that was like, I had highlights up here. I didn't have much. I mean, I had roots, you know, it was balayage, but my balayage was up more. So it's either going dark brown or back to balayage. I can't decide. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Can I do a poll in the comments? I don't know if I can. I'll leave a pinned comment down below and I'll say 1 for dark brown or 2 for back to blonde. The first thing I'm going to do is spray my face. I'm going to be using this NYX First Base Primer Spray. You guys know I like to usually go in with a primer water first, and then I'll go in with something that targets certain areas. So this is going to be like my primer water. My hair is kind of a disaster because I've been doing these workout classes and ooh, the curls are gone. Very nice sprayer on that. Okay, before this video, I used my KKW Beauty Skin Perfecting Body Foundation to even me out. This is in the shade medium. And then I highlighted my body with this JUVIA'S Tribe Highlighter Volume 2, but this is in the shade Volume 2 maybe? I don't know. This is in the darker shade. I have the lighter shade too. I really like it, but I got the darker one for my body and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry real quick. And then what I'm going to do is take the NYX Pore Filler and I'm going to put that right in my pore areas. I've also been having like texture issues right here, so I'm not going to judge the foundation too hard. You can really see right in this area what I'm talking about. For some reason, I'm having really bad texture in there with my rosacea, so love that for me. Love that. All right, next up, I am going to take this NYX eyeshadow base. I have not used an eyeshadow base like this in forever. Do you guys remember when the white eyeshadow base was like the thing to do on YouTube? Like you had it and it made all your colors pop and like it was good for me, but like I wasn't as obsessed. I mean, it was really the only thing back then that like would color correct your eyes, minus the MAC paint pot. But if you're on a budget, you didn't want to buy a MAC paint pot, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try this one out. I haven't tried a color that matches me per se. So this one's in the skin tone shade. I believe there's only one skin tone shade. I could be wrong. And I'm going to put this on my lids. This is something that would be good to use if you just want to even out your lids. I do feel like I'll have to set it with a powder. I have very oily eyelids. If you guys are new here, like seriously, eyeshadow will not stay on if I don't use the correct primer. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the foundation first, and this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. It's a full coverage foundation. I do have the shade Neutral Tan, but I also got a sponge, but I think I'm gonna use this for concealer. It's super dense, and I wringed it out a few times, and I still feel like I didn't get all the water out of it. It is more dense than my e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one is just like, you guys know. I'm going to try out this foundation with my e.l.f. sponge. We're going to give it a fair shot. I think I've tried this once before and I wasn't obsessed with it. I'm going to be honest, but we'll give it a try now and hopefully this color is okay on me. And we're going to start with this side first, my problem side. I feel like this e.l.f. sponge is bigger. I pulled this out of a new pack I got. I wouldn't say it's full coverage off the bat. I'm actually going to try the other side with a brush. But with a sponge, like obviously you can still see my rosacea peeking through, so I wouldn't say full coverage right off the bat. So I'm going to see really quickly if I can build this area. The more I kind of blend on top, it kind of takes it away. So I'm just going to try to dab it and be done with it. There's before. There's after. I think the color is perfect with this skin perfecting thing. I had to use it because my self-tan on my chest is like not wanting to stay. Oh yeah, it's set to a matte finish for sure. It feels like a powder finish right now. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like to set their foundation, you might be able to get away with this because it is, I mean, that's like powder dry right now. I'm going to take this IT Cosmetics brush. It's the airbrush number 115, and we're going to see how this applies on this side. So I'm going to kind of pounce it in and swipe. Since I have such problematic skin, I usually like to just press because I get more coverage that way. I get more bang for my buck. If I just try to buff everywhere, it doesn't work for me. I know buffing is great to do, but like it doesn't cover. So I like to press in my foundation. If you have texture, I would also highly recommend pressing in your foundation. I think it would really benefit. I feel like I got more coverage already using this brush, and I actually feel like I like the finish a little bit better. I feel like it's a little bit different, and so far I'm liking this side better. Not just because I have texture on this side, I have texture on this side too, but I just feel like the brush is really working with it. Like that looks full coverage. And I do feel like the pore filling primer helped a lot with my pores right now. Wow, yeah, I like the brush better. I think brush is the way to go. I'm kind of just taking little bits on my brush right now and just hitting that hairline. I'm just kind of trying to push it back. I say go with the brush. I think the brush is the best. I kind of feel like it's oxidizing a little bit on my skin. In a weird way, I feel like the left side looks a little bit darker than the right side. I don't know what that is. So next up, I'm going to use the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer, another one of those products that everybody was like obsessed with for the longest time. This is in the shade 4.5. I'm going to put this underneath my eyes and the center of my face. I like full coverage everything. Now I'm going to try their sponge. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like I cannot get the water out of this. Because it has a really nice flat edge. It's just sometimes when a sponge is too damp, it can ruin the foundation you've already put on and it just looks a disaster. I feel like this for cleaning up eyeshadow would be ideal because it has that sharp edge. I think this sponge is decent, but it is just, it's pretty big. Trying to get into that inner corner would be a little bit of a hassle. Not obsessed. I mean, for nose and like contouring, definitely, because you can get that really nice line, but it's just too stiff for me. So I'm switching over. I do want to mention my forehead has been so dry recently. I don't know, maybe it's the weather. Like it just can't decide what it wants to do. I did apply this Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour auto-replenishing hydrator to my forehead. I will say this is my first time using it, but I definitely noticed a difference like right when I put it on. All right, let's take a brush and hit these inner corners. I'm also going to dab my sponge. You see how it's creasing right there? That's not my eyelid crease. That's the primer creasing. I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to hit it up real quick with the other side. The concealer is nice, but I'm not like obsessed with it. But I mean, it does go with the foundation really well. It doesn't look cakey. It isn't sinking into fine lines though. And I mean, all of this looks very smooth. It looks very smooth. So moving forward, we're going to be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder. I got the shade light medium. So we're going to set our under eyes with this and then just drag the rest of it. Not drag it, but we're going to stamp the rest of it into our skin, like whatever is left on the sponge. That's just how I like to apply powder. This is the shade light medium. It looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to put it under my eyes first. This powder has kind of a yellow tint to it, which for me, I do like. Take it down the face and start working the rest of the powder into the skin. Everything is looking very smooth. And I'm actually shocked, especially with my texture that I have going on, that I was really self-conscious about coming on camera. I mean, I wasn't self-conscious, but I was like, great. Making sure I hit up all these areas. Even though this is a matte finish, I have super oily skin, like I've said, and I like to set things because it will move. It will. And I will see it later if I don't set it. Wow. This is looking really pretty and smooth. I like it. How many times can I say smooth? A+. Love that. We're off to a great start today. I'm already pretty tan. I really don't need like a bronzer. I do have this contour palette that I'm probably gonna whip in here, but I did get this matte bronzer from NYX. This is what it looks like. I got the shade Deep Tan. I have used their matte bronzer before. I think it was the medium one, and it's pretty red tone if I remember correctly. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush instead of a dense brush. So this is a fluffy one. This is the IT Cosmetics brush for Ulta. It's the contour brush. The bronzer brush I normally use is from Morphe. It's the M518, and we're just going to lightly bronze the face, and we're going to stamp and kind of buff over the cheeks. I'm not doing too much because, like I said, I'm already tan. So we're just going to do a little bit up in here. Same for this side. When I purchased some NYX stuff from Ulta a few weeks ago, this was my free gift. So I'm just going to take this contour shade over here, and I'm just going to hit underneath my cheekbones really quickly. And I am going to use these highlighters as well. I'm just very lightly going to contour. And now we're going to contour the nose. I'm kind of mixing just a little bit of these two because one's a little too light and one's definitely a little too dark. Also, I'm supposed to get my brows microbladed if most of you are following that. And everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Like, I was supposed to get it done one day, but there was like tornado warnings and I didn't feel comfortable leaving Mason. And then I didn't have someone to watch Mason, so I was like, I don't know what to do. Because it's pretty far away, like where she is from me. So I was like, dang it. I'm going to take blush. So these are blushes that I already had. I thought I purchased blush. I could have sworn I did, but I didn't see it in my bag. So we're just going to use one of these two. So these are the NYX High Definition blushes. I think I'm going to go into Mauve and Out and apply this to my cheeks. Such a pretty color. Love that. All right, and then this other one too that I have, just so you know, is called Bronzed, and this is a great color to use with pretty much any look. Especially if you want a really bronzy look, that's a beautiful color. Now we're gonna go into highlighter, and as most of you know, I've been using this lately. This is actually a darker shade, but this is the NYX High Glass. I've been using the lighter shade of this a ton. It is one of my favorite highlighters. I think it is beautiful on the skin. Has like a cushiony feeling to it, and it's very pigmented, very reflective, and it just looks wet on the skin, and it looks good over texture. It's beautiful. I love it. So I got this one for my body. I also saw that they had a high glass finishing powder, and the reason why I got this is I kind of wanted to use this on the center of the forehead, center of the face, and then the cheeks, and then make one of these highlights in this pop. The other high glass that I have is actually downstairs, so I'm going to use the highlight in this palette. Yeah, I just wanted to see how these looked like just on my skin. Since they're a powder, they're not as intense as like the illuminating powder. This is like a finishing powder, so I was curious if it would give me a glow without getting crazy, because again, I have oily skin. I can't be looking too crazy because then the oils come through and then we look real crazy, you know? The shade I'm going to use in the finishing powder is in the shade Light, and I actually got two different brushes that were around these highlighters as well. They don't have names on them. So this one and this one, a more fluffy version and then a more dense version. So I'm going to use the fluffier one for the finishing powder and then the more dense one for like spot highlighting, you know? And we're just going to take this very lightly right in this area. I'm going to take it right on the top of my cheeks too. Something just to give a little bit of a glow. It is subtle, but I like it. I do like it. Not bad. So far, so good. Now I'm going to go in with this highlighter right here and this brush, and we are just going to see how this brush performs. I don't love it. So I'm going to take this Flower Beauty one that I showed you guys recently. I'm just going to kind of buff this highlighter onto my cheeks, but being very careful because my texture is out of this world. Pretty highlighter. Love it. Still think you guys should get your hands on these high glass highlighters. They are phenomenal. 100% worth the money. They're just so pretty. I just got a really simple eyeshadow, so we're going to kind of do this a little bit quickly. I will let you know if these colors are good, like if they blend well, but these are Warm Neutrals, the Ultimate Edit palette. I just want something easy, so if you're following this, you can do a really easy look. Okay guys, so this eye look is something serious. It is so pretty. Obviously the star of the show is definitely this Shimmer Down Pigment in Salmon. This is beautiful. So taking something like this that you can wear every day and then having a little pigment to make it pop, make it good for going out, whatever. I love it. I think this combo too is really pretty. The warm neutrals with the salmon pigment is gorgeous. I did purchase this NYX Diamond Lust eyeshadow because I knew I would want to highlight the arches of my brows with this. So we're going to do brows next. I have a couple different brow products to share with you guys. We have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Longwear Brow Kit. So I purchased this. I really want to try it out. And then we have the Proof It Eyebrow Primer. It's supposed to make it waterproof. Basically, it says waterproof for your brows and keep them in place. Apply over brow before shaping with powder to leave your brows waterproof and under control. Keep your brows from melting off at the beach, the pool, during humid weather. I love that. So I don't think I've ever tried this before. It's thick consistency. Like if anything, you could probably shape your brows with this too. Like if you like that kind of laminated effect. It seems to have like just a hint of color, not much. Oh, I also have this. This is the NYX Professional Eyebrow Pencil. So I have a ton of different brow products just to try in case something, you know, didn't go very well. We have some other options. And this one has a spoolie and the tip. We're gonna go into the Can't Stop Brow Kit. So it's a comb, fill, and blend thing. So that's what it looks like. We'll just follow the directions. It's in the shade Taupe. We're gonna comb out our brows. You open it, you twist it up, and it looks like that. And we're gonna fill in. It might be a tad bit challenging, to be honest with you. Just like that. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't love stuff like this because I can't get as precise as I want. Just like that. Turn it. Okay, the inner corner isn't terrible. I kind of feel like the eyeliner is burning my eyes. This Keeping It Tight eyeliner. Once I put it on, it kind of felt like it was stinging, but now as I like focus on it, I feel like it's kind of stinging more. I do think I'm still gonna have to take something more precise and do the upper part, but it does the inner corner pretty dang well. Okay, let's do the blend part, which is this little brush side. Ooh, pretty fluffy brows. And then I'm going to take that Precision Brow Pencil and we're going to just make sure get right in here and kind of clean this up. I like a little bit more cleaner brows. I love the fluffy look, but I cannot nail it on myself. And I also don't feel like I look good with a fluffy brow. This has a flat edge. I don't know if you guys can really tell. They definitely feel thick, so just keep that in mind. Now we're going to move on to lip products. So I have a few different lip products as well that I wanted to try and a few different tones as well. Obviously these are my favorite tones. Do you see that? I cannot stop buying these. And then I bought this NYX Lingerie Push-Up Long Lasting Lipstick. I thought this would be cool as a lip liner. You guys know I love NYX lip liners anyways. They're some of my absolute favorites. Definitely pick those up. The retractable ones are great as like a lip liner lipstick all in one. And then the pencil ones are really great as well. They're just all so pretty. And then we have this NYX Shout Loud Satin Lipstick. Two colors that I got with these little heart lipsticks is Silk and then also Chic. So I'm just going to dip into my lip liner collection. Oh, okay, this is one of my favorite shades. It's an Alluring. So I'm going to take this color. And this is their Slide On Glide On, definitely a turn on, waterproof, extreme color. Lip color. These are really, really good. I love these lip liners. I'm going to go in with this color in the shade Chic. This is that little satin lipstick. I'm going to take this little lingerie push-up lipstick and just hit it in the middle just to kind of give us that ombre effect. And then I'm going to try this NYX Candy Slick. I'm sorry. This is the glowy lip color in Sugar Coated Kiss. These just intrigued me. That is so cooling. This is different. Is it a lip gloss or what is this? It says binge on something sweet and guilt-free with NYX Professional Makeup Candy Slick Glowy Lip Color. Choose from super juicy lip colors from Haute Red to Turquoise. While our super fluid, sweetly scented lip gloss covers your kisser in full coverage color, the radiant finish doesn't feel dry and delivers a luscious look that's all glowy goodness. Mwah. I think it is so pretty. That is cool. It's like kind of like a liquid lipstick meets gloss with pigment. I'm here for it. I like it a lot. One thing I am going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of this Can't Stop Won't Stop powder and hit that forehead because we're looking a little too glowy. And I think that's only because of the face powder we used. So I probably won't do that again, to be honest. Now we're going to set it and forget it, hopefully. This is the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Decent sprayer again. Oh, it looks good. Such a good mist. Man, NYX, you killed it. This is the completed makeup look and I absolutely love it. Honestly, had no idea how this look was gonna go, but I think it looks so pretty. It's so nice. Everything is from NYX, and to be honest with you, NYX is one of those brands that I haven't really focused in on as a whole in a really long time. I was like, wow, they got some really good stuff. I feel like I didn't like this foundation, but I really do like it on my skin, at least at this point in time. I think it looks really good. I definitely think I will be applying this with a brush moving forward, just because I think this side looks a little bit more flawless than this side, and it gave more coverage with less effort. You know what I mean? Love that. I think the only thing I'm not sure about is the waterproof brow product, but we're going to try that out sooner or later. I'm not washing this makeup up yet, but we'll try it at some point. And then the eyeshadow base. I don't know if this is going to be a go-to, only because I do have oily eyelids and I'll really get to see throughout the day how my eyeshadow lasts with this, but it was creasing before I put eyeshadow on, so that's always kind of iffy. I also think that this powder is nice, but for me, I will probably keep it more towards like my nose and cheeks. If anything, I'll probably take something that's a little bit less dense than this brush. This is a pretty loose brush, but something like more along the lines of this that has a lot of movement. I'll apply this to my forehead and it'll be a little bit better for me. But love this, but I am obsessed with the illuminating powder. You have to snag it up because it's phenomenal. That is everything. I'm so happy that we kind of came back from such a rough last video to a good makeup one. I am just pumped. I am pumped. Let me know down below what you guys thought in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.